Hey, what's up, guys? This is Todd. This is the Todd vlog for Sunday, March 1st, and I'm unsure of what number. I think it's 64. I'm recording this in my closet, and I'm actually trying to get a vlog done. Man, that's messy back there. Anyway, actually trying to get a vlog done because tomorrow I think I have to restore a bunch of stuff on my Mac. I think I have to sort of reset it back to factory settings. Been having some problems with it. Gonna try sort of a hard boot. I don't know if that's what you'd say, but sort of clear some junk out of there. Which means tomorrow I'm gonna start archiving some stuff that I'm going to need once I get up and operational. So I normally try to shoot these little things in QuickTime Pro, so I don't know if I'll lose QuickTime Pro and have to update that again, so I'm not quite sure. But I wanted to give you a recap of worship today. It was a really good day. I was really glad to be back. Very glad to be back. I enjoyed my weekend at Lake Jackson, but it was really cool to be back home. So here's what we played. We opened with Ross King's Who May Ascend in the key of A. Actually had Maggie and Ken, my two vocalists, take the lead on that. Ken sang first verse, and then they sang unison on the chorus. I sang a harmony part. Maggie took second verse, and then they also split up the bridge. But it went great. The band did a super good job on them. It was really, really, really good. Second service, we even added an extra chorus because it felt like it was a little overdone, too quick. It was too quick of a song. I know they said too fast. It wasn't too fast. From there, we went into Lamont Hebert's Meet With Me, which is always a good tune, good rocker. The band feels good about it. Third song, we took a little break there. We came back with Ross King's Glorified in Me, which was good. It didn't go as well today as it's gone in the past, so I don't know. Sometimes songs don't really work out the same every week, but it was still good, and we had a lot of fun doing it. From there, we went into my song, "The Cross of Christ," which I think went really, really good. And I'll tell you, interesting sort of note that we made recently today because of worship. I was able to talk to Dale, drummer, and Arlie, bass player. Talked about kind of a cool process that we want to try to do that we saw happen in the Cross of Christ. It happened in Cross of Christ. But anyway, from there, then did Turn Your Eyes Upon Jesus in the key of F, just the chorus. Really kind of a blend of what I consider an Aaron Keys version and a Hillsong version. I found the Hillsong version on praisecharts.com. So it was pretty cool to do that one. I think that one went really well, especially for Andrew and Tim, my piano and organ guy. They really did a good job. Here's the thing we noticed, or I noticed, about Cross of Christ and told my guys to consider doing, and that is we in the second service, as soon as I hit the Cross of Christ, the congregation was with me. I mean, they were singing from the very first verse. And so the band in the first service, we'd sort of planned that as soon as we hit chorus 1, the band would pretty much be in. And that'd be kind of where they come in. They're fading in verse 2 because it's Cross of Christ. It's sort of a hymn style. It goes verse 1, verse 2, chorus. But in second service, I realized this, and as I'm playing, I'm thinking, okay, I need to talk to the band about this, especially drums and bass. But I think it's important for worship leaders and their bands to realize that I think there are times, I think almost any time, that a congregation is with you from verse 1. I mean, it's obvious there's something palpable in the room that they are engaged in what you're doing and they're singing along and they know the words and they're singing with passion. I think that a rule should be, and we kind of made this rule, is that will almost always stretch the arrangement. I don't mean stretch the song. I don't mean necessarily make the song longer, because here's what happens. When that happens, the congregation is the dynamic. Okay, so there's all this energy from the congregation. Okay, and so what happens is, as a band, we have to do less to build the momentum of a song. Okay, well, it's our job to sort of build dynamically and to make sure the song feels like it's a journey and feels like, we're getting somewhere when we do this thing. But when the crowd is that into it, it should elongate the arrangement, which means for drums and bass, if they were the cue, if they were used to or planning on coming in at chorus 1 pretty full, that we make this rule: if the crowd's really, really into it, according to the judgment of the bass player or the drummer, that they then wait. They don't come in full on chorus 1. They maybe come in at the next verse, or maybe even the next chorus. They take their dynamic pieces, okay, and they move them. Because what happens there is you allow that moment to be happening out in the crowd and not up on the stage. And I've seen it work. Good worship musicians do this, I think. Especially ones that aren't famous and aren't playing concerts and stuff like that. I mean, obviously, if you go see, if you were to go see David Crowder, okay, that's a different thing because David Crowder songs go a certain way and everybody's expecting them and everybody knows the songs, and so that's different. But when you're just a regular guy and just a regular team and you're playing other people's songs, you're not really playing performance pieces. That's an important thing, I think, to be aware of and to think, where's the crowd in this thing? Service 1, it was fine because the crowd in the Cross of Christ weren't near as engaged from verse 1. They just weren't. I mean, they were singing, but it just wasn't the same. There wasn't that same amount of investment. It didn't sound like to us. It wasn't. So we were the dynamic. We helped the song along. But I think there's sometimes when a song starts that great, the point we ought to know immediately is, I don't have to do anything here. I mean, these folks are already doing this thing. And we sort of leave the energy up to them. And it's kind of an interesting judgment call that a bass player and a drummer and a percussionist would need to make. But I think it's an important rule. I think it helps worship. And I think if you've got a team that realizes that that's a part of the experience, that's a part of leading worship is listening and watching and changing things as they need to be changed. So anyway, it's an interesting day for us. We're having a time. We're doing Revelation song next week, which I, on Thursday told the guys I did not like the song. I actually said that I hated the song. I don't have any problems with the song. Not really. I don't find anything wrong with it or weird with it. I just never been a big fan of it. And so I told my team Thursday, and they were like, yeah. So anyway, they really messed with me a lot today about why I didn't like the song. So we'll do it next week. Sarah leading that one, probably also leading Who May Ascend, more likely. So it'll be a good day. I'm excited about next week. So anyway, if you don't see me for a while, it's because I've gotten mad at my computer for not working the way I want it to. Bye. Thanks for watching.